after 1 year that I use Mac Studio, I decide to compare Mac Studio with Windows PC. I realize that Mac Studio is great, but even today I use both. I use Mac Studio and I use Windows PC. So first, let's go to see and compare what is good and what is not good. Let's go to check. Okay, here we have Mac Studio M4 Max or M3 Ultra. So I just want to show you advantages and disadvantages on Mac, what I see, because I use many years Windows, and I buy Mac Studio because I was thinking, okay, I will start to work with Mac, but this is not happen. I use Mac OS, I use Windows, and I need to use Linux because I need Linux for some things. So let's go to advantages. What I think that it's good about Mac. First thing is Mac Studio, it's really small. You can put it whatever you want, on the table, under the table, whatever you want to. It's really small, so this is huge plus. Design, it's minimalistic design, it's aluminum, premium. So if I tell you close your eyes and I give you Mac Studio in your hand, I guarantee you that you will feel that you have something premium in your hand. It's really great machine. About noise, I don't hear anything. So whatever I do, and I have a lots of application open. For example, I create websites, then I use AI, for example, Claude AI. I use Olama, I use other applications, so many applications. Plus, I have different browser open, lots of tabs, so many things, and it worked really great. And I never heard that there is some noise. It's really silent and it have good cooling. About optimizations, Apple did one very good thing. They do all hardware and operating system. This is good, and you will see later why. And Apple create computer and they create operating system exclusively for this hardware, and this is huge benefit for people who have Mac. Portability, I need to say that one time I take my Mac Studio with me and it was great, but it's not that I will take it everywhere with me. But what I can say, if you go somewhere, for example, 1 month, but you need to work, you can simply take it with you and you can work. And I think this is good thing as well. Performance, very good. I don't have anything to say about performance. Whatever I do, from web design, graphic design, if I work, for example, with Final Cut Pro or other softwares, and I working all together, I never have issues. Performance are very good. Disadvantages are hardware upgrade. So listen to me very carefully. If you decide to buy any Mac, this is not just for Mac Studio, don't make compromise. Okay, I will buy something in the middle. I will buy some middle RAM, some middle SSD. Don't do that. Invest all your money in RAM. Why? Because whatever Mac you buy, later you are not able to change anything. If you buy Mac with 16 gigs of RAM, you are not able to do anything later. It's soldered and that's it. What you buy, you get. There is no later changes. The same thing is for SSD, but SSD you can resolve in different way. What I will tell you, what I don't like in Mac computers, I don't like this limit of USB ports. For example, Mac Studio M4 Max, he have only 4 USB-C ports, Thunderbolt 5, and it have 2 USB-A, and on the front have 2 USB-C, but they are not Thunderbolt. I think it could be better, but we will see. Maybe they will change one day this thing as well. About repair your Mac, you are not able to repair your Mac whatever you want to. If you have some shop that working with computers, you are not able to take your Mac there. They really need to know what they are doing. So this is the reason why people take Macs to Apple authorized services, and they will take care of your Mac. This is mostly for Europeans because we are not used to like Americans that they have better system about Macs than we in Europe. So this is mostly for European. About gaming, it's very poor. I wrote this here. There is some games, but I will be honest with you. If you want to play games, forget Mac, buy Windows PC. There is no any chance that you will be able to play games like you will be able to play it on Windows PC. So if you are a gamer, forget Mac. Okay, so let's go on another thing. Okay, this is Windows PC. So let's go these advantages what you have on Windows design. If we look Windows PC, you can create whatever you want to. That PC look beautiful, lightning, whatever you want to. But I put here one sign. Why? Because I personally don't like this. I don't like that my PC have lights or anything else. I like to have that I see that when it's turned on, when it's turned off, that I can see that disk is working. Minimalistic, but there is a lot of people who like to have PC that look like Disneyland. This is one good thing about RAM, SSD, CPU, GPU, whatever. After 6 months or 1 year, you want to upgrade something, you don't have any kind of problem. You just go to the shop, you buy the RAM, upgrade it, SSD, upgrade, CPU, GPU, whatever you are able simply to change. Even if some, for example, you have cooling and one ventilator is not working, you can repair it by yourself. You just take it, you go to the shop, you show them, they will give you the same one, and you just replace it. This is one good thing about Windows PC because you can do a lot of things by yourself. Even graphic card, you can simply click on it, take it out, and simply change it. It's not something that, I mean, you need to have huge knowledge, because on YouTube you have a lots of videos how to change graphic cards. Disadvantage about Windows PC, we speak about when you look on it, it's really large and it's really heavy. Today, just graphic cards have 2 kilos, which is so much. And when you take your PC in your hand, it's really heavy. I think this is disadvantage. First, it's really big and really heavy. Let's go further. Okay, we have price and value. When you decide about Mac computer cost. And if you want to buy, for example, Mac Studio M4, and I speak about base version, it costs in Europe 2,700 and something. I put 2,800, that we have one nice number to remember, and it costs a lot. And about energy, I was really surprised that this Mac have so low power consumption. It is unbelievable. And I need to say that it's worth it. If you have Mac Studio, you will not spend a lot of electricity, and this is really great. Heating, it's minimal. I work with a lots of applications, what I told before, and I put my hand on my Mac. I never feel that it's hot or something like this. It's really, really good. PC cost today, for example, Mac Studio costs 2,800 euros. PC for around 2,500 euros. You are able to build really nice PC if you know how to choose, for example, what motherboard will buy, what chip you want, and graphic card, and all these kind of things. If you have knowledge, or if you have someone to ask that he recommend you what to buy, you are able to create really nice PC for less money than Mac Studio. Energy, this is not good for PC because power consumption is huge. Why? Because it have this huge GPU and CPU as well. Energy is the problem, and when you look 1 year, you can put a lots of money in your pocket only for electricity. Heating, Windows PC, when you start to work with a lots of things, if you have, for example, cooling system with this ventilators and all of this, you can hear how like tornado is inside of it. But I think this is Windows PC and they always work like this. If you work long time with PC, I mean, for me that mean nothing, but people who work with Mac, for them this is a little bit strange. And I need to say, this 1 year that I work with Mac, when I turn on my Windows PC, I feel a little bit, this noise what I'm hearing. Sometimes I feel maybe something's wrong, but then I realize it's nothing wrong. It's just Windows PC. Let's go to another thing. Okay, we have now security and how stable are these computers. One great thing about Mac is I don't need to buy Bitdefender. I need to buy this, that for security. Why? Because these viruses, malware are really rare, and Mac have sandbox architecture, and this is really great things. Every year you don't need to pay any kind of protection. What I like about Mac is updates. They are regular, of course, but they are not like on Windows PC. On Windows PC, you have always some updates, always is something, but Mac do not work like that. They have regular updates, and when you decide to update it, you don't have any kind of issue. And it's not important, for example, if you have 25 and you want now go on 25.5, it doesn't matter. You can simply update it and you will not have any kind of issues. And on Windows PC, it's different. You need to be very careful when you are downloading something. You can catch up virus or malware. You need to be very, very careful, and this is the reason why you need to have good protection software. Updates, this what PC have. This is one thing why I really hate PC updates. You do one update, everything works great. You do update, and then you start to have huge amount of problems. Why? Because it's not working how it need to work. Why? Because you have problem with the drivers, with this, with that. Then you need to find, is it a driver? Is it about Windows, this is about this, that. When you find it, do you need to update drivers? Do you need to find more drivers for? I mean, this can make you crazy, and this is why I don't like Windows PC, because these updates can really make you crazy. Let's go further. Just the bottom line before we start to see how Mac is working. What it's not good on Mac Studio, for example, or if you buy Mac Mini, whatever, you are not able to upgrade RAM when you buy it. When you buy your Mac, that's it. There is no turning back. You buy RAM, 60 gigs of RAM, that's it. You're not able to upgrade later. Okay, now I have 16, I will upgrade. No, there is no upgrade. You buy it, you have it. The same is with storage. And the what I don't like with Mac is they have really low storage capacity. For example, 256 gigs of, I mean, this is in 2026. Okay, they changed this, but even 500 gigabytes, it's really low. And if you decide to buy 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes, you will see how price going like skyrocket. I don't like this. And if you ask me, if you want to invest your money, invest in RAM, because storage you can this fix very easily. You can buy enclosure Thunderbolt 5, you can buy SSD, put it inside, and this disk is faster than Mac disk, and you have storage. Storage is not problem, but for me the RAM is the biggest issue. And we said before, if something goes wrong, you need to go to the Apple and to repair it. Gaming, forget it. If you want games, or if you are a gamer or you like game all day, Mac is not for you. Very simple. Some pro software doesn't work, it's true, but in 2026 almost all softwares work on Mac, which is very good, and Mac become, I can say, equal to PC, but there is some software that they work only on PC. But on another hand, you have also softwares that they working only on Mac. We can now check Windows PC. The worst thing on Windows PC are drivers, and these driver conflicts, what you can have, GPU, audio, whatever, it make you crazy. Windows updates, they can make your life miserable, and they can even break, and then you need to invest a lots of time to turn your back PC on the beginning, and you can lose a lots of files, videos, or whatever. This is what I don't like when I see Windows updates. It's loud when you compare it to Mac, and use a lots of power, or electricity, however you want to. About space, Windows PCs today are really big, and you need to have space that you put your PC. One thing what is great to mention is when you buy a Mac, it's interesting that Mac always have this value. On another hand, when you have Windows PC, you don't have this value. And if you buy, for example, good Windows PC, after 2.5 years, your PC will worth much less. On another hand, Mac have good price always. That means that 2 or 3 or 4 years Mac, you are always able to sell it for good money, especially these new M versions. This is good thing to mention. If you have Windows PC, after 2 years your PC will start lose value rapidly. On another hand, Mac still have this value. This is what I want to mention. Okay, that's it. Now we will go to Mac and see what we have on Mac and what I like on Mac computers. And I don't say that this is better than Windows PC, but I will just say that I like this more than on Windows PC. Let's go to check. Okay, this is Mac. As you can see, if you work before with Windows have application all over your monitor. Mac is different. You can see that screen, it's empty, and down here you have applications. In the beginning, for me this was really strange, because before, on my monitor, I have all applications and I don't need to go somewhere to find application or whatever. But there is a lots of solutions that I like about Mac. So for example, if I want to take some apps that I need to use them immediately, I don't need to just use dock down what is Mac original dock. What I can do, I can simply do this. And as you can see, these applications are applications that I use a lot. So I just click and there they are. Whatever I put my mouse, if I put it here, I just click and I can take whatever application I want, and I can put how many application I want. On another hand, I have one hidden dock. We can go to check and you can see this is the dock. So this dock, if you want to use it, you can put it visible up, you can put it vertically, horizontally, you can have double deck, you can put it on the right side. So you can use it however you want to. For example, I use it, it's not visible, as you can see, so no one even know that I have extra dock, and you can see what application I use at this moment on this dock. Or for example, here you can see that you have not just the icon, he tell you what application is so that you can use them right away. And this is what I really like about Mac. Another thing is I can check all my disks right away. As you can see, I have one, this is Mac disk, and then I have enclosure Thunderbolt 4, enclosure Thunderbolt 4, this is normal SSD, and I have one enclosure Thunderbolt 5. So when I put, you can see that he tell me everything about this disk, his health, temperature, and it's really great. And all these disks, you can see, for example, Mac disk, it's 28 degrees, so it's not that it's not hot, it's like ice. So it's really, really nice. What I want to show you, we can inspect the speed of, for example, Thunderbolt 5 enclosure with SSD. So let's go to take and look how fast it is. We will take M Studio 5. Why? Because this enclosure is Thunderbolt 5. And let's go to test the speed of this enclosure with SSD. As you can see, they have really good speed. About consistency, you don't need to be worried about it. Inside I have Samsung SSDs. They are really good. I never have a problem. I work with them 1 year, zero problems. And I never have that they are hot or something. Enclosure work great, SSD work great, and I don't have any problem. This is why I didn't invest in that I buy bigger SSD disk on my Mac. I simply buy enclosure and SSD disk, and tomorrow, if I want, I can simply buy bigger SSD disk, put it inside of the enclosure and use it. This is one good thing as well. We can check now, this is AI, what you can install on your Mac. We can ask him, how are you? And you can see that he answer very fast. And you have a lots of these models that you can use, and they work really great. I don't have any issue. I use this every day for my work. If I need to ask something, it's not just that I have Claude AI, I have even Olama, and Olama it's super great. Okay, I just want to show you. You can see that this is external enclosure with SSD disk, and you can see that all these applications are installed on my external SSD, and they work great. I don't have zero problems, and this is why I tell you, don't invest in SSD, invest in RAM, because you will need a RAM and SSD disk. You are always able to buy a new one, and you will have always space. And even more, if you buy enclosure that is Thunderbolt 5, it's really great. One thing what I like about Mac is that when you open settings, it's really nice to see, and it's not like on Windows PC. So for example, if I want to just see display, for example, and you can see that I can put 144 hertz, but for me this is, I don't need this. 120 it's good for me, so I don't have any problem. And one thing more, I have trackpad, super handy tool. I like it, and I use it with my mouse. What mouse I use? I use MX Master 4, so it's not that I use some old mouse. I use this new mouse and it's worked perfectly, but with trackpad their combination it's awesome. Even more if you work with application like Final Cut Pro, or this kind of application that you want to work or edit your videos, trackpad is super great. If I need to check my Mac, I can simply click here and I can check everything what I have. For example, what I have installed, you can see my trackpad, it's 60%. It's very interesting that this trackpad, I don't even remember when I charged this trackpad. It is unbelievable how long this trackpad can work. So good thing. And if you don't have it, it's not that you need to have it, but I think it's worth to recommend it. And in total, when I look Mac and PC this last 1 year, I can say that now at this moment I use Mac 60% of my time that I'm on my computer, and I use 25% Windows. So, and this 15% I use Linux, because I need Linux for other things what Windows and Mac are not able to do. In total, when someone asks me if it's better to have Mac or Windows, to be honest, Mac is really great computer, and you can use it for everything. If you work with images, videos, artificial intelligence, whatever you do, the Mac simply work out of the box without any issues. If you are gamer, forget Mac, don't buy it. Don't listen to these people who will tell you on YouTube you can play the games, maybe, but if you are a gamer, like I have a lots of friends who play games, trust me, Mac is not for you, and don't buy. Soon will arrive new Mac M5. We will see what they will offer, because they say that M5 will be much better than this M4 generation. We will see. Someone say it will be much better, someone say it will be maybe 10-15% better. I don't know. No one knows. This is just speculations, but soon we will find out. And as you can see, I can show you this is consumption of, and you can see how much I spend with my Mac. But you need to understand that this UPS is not just Mac. I have connected with this UPS. I have Mac Studio. I have 34-inch monitor, and I have Ugreen Hub. So everything is connected with this UPS, and if you add even 3 more enclosures, I don't see that consumption is high. It's really low. So if you take 1 year, how much PC will eat your electricity, and when you compare it with Mac, I think that you can take a lots of money inside of your pocket just if you calculate how much electricity will spend your Windows PC. In total, if you ask me what is the best is if you have Windows PC that you buy 1 year or 2 years ago. Don't sell your PC. Leave it, buy Mac Studio, and with both of them you will have the best from both worlds, from Mac, from Windows, and on Windows you are able to install even Linux. So you have Windows, you have Linux, you have Mac OS, and on the end you have everything what you need for your work. Because I really love Linux, but unfortunately I work with Linux only things what I need. I really try to work, for example, video editing and all these kind of things. It's not working because I have a lots of problems. Update this, update that. You need to have this, you need to have that, use this, use that. This is not how I work. I don't like spend my time surfing through the internet and finding solutions. And even when you find solution, maybe it will work, maybe it will not. So I use Linux for what I know that I need to use it. I use Windows for things that Windows can offer me, and I use Mac as well for all these things that Mac can offer to me. So on the end, my answer is don't sell your old PC. If it's old 1 or 2 years, don't sell it, leave it, and buy Mac Studio, and you will see that your workflow and whatever you work, you will have the best from both worlds. We are not all the same. Some people love Mac, some people love Windows, some people like, I don't know, Intel. Some people will say, no, Intel is not good. You need to buy Ryzen, you need to buy Nvidia, you need to buy I mean, I'm not like this. I don't care for the names, I don't care for the brands. I care only what is good for me and what can give to me that I can work better, that I can work more relaxed, that I don't need to break my head. I have problem with the drivers, I have problem with this, I have problem with that. I need to find. So take everything and you will see that this is the best option that you can get. So don't sell your old PC. If you have a little bit money, you can upgrade it. If you buy Mac Studio, you will have everything for your work from both worlds together. Okay, thank you for this video. See you soon and cheers.